Hey guys, Jeffries here, and welcome back to the Jeffries Network on OpenTTD. Now, today I was going to do some more renaming of metro stations and bus stops, but unfortunately I just checked the list before starting and no new suggestions have been made since Friday. Now that might be in part due to the fact that I'm actually recording this on Sunday, not Monday like I normally would. So you guys might not have had enough time to actually come up with some more suggestions. But I do strongly urge you guys, if there's any suggestions that you have out there, don't be afraid to come and put them on the list. As I said, there are some rules. Don't name it after yourself is the biggest rule, because they will not be picked. And no sort of offensive names. But I don't need to really expand on that, do I? Apart from that, it's pretty much fair game. Anything you like will be warmly welcomed and possibly even used. So what we're going to do instead today, I'm just sweeping over some of these routes, checking some stuff. Where are all these trains? What the hell's going on here? Obviously there's been some kind of mix-up gone on here. Let's not put that there. Let's do this. Turn you round. Turn you round. I think there's a train stuck in this tunnel as well. There is. Okay, hang on. You have to do some signal removing here. This is from the little hiccup that we had in the last episode. Trains not being where they're supposed to be. So we're going to fix this real quick. Hopefully get this working again. So you're trying to go to Flame Woods, which is this station, I presume. Yes. So you need to come all the way back down here, reverse, and then come all the way back again. So we're going to let them do their thing. Where's the track gone? Just want to make sure if this train pulls forward, gets to here, it then can reverse back and across. That's good then. There's also one that's stuck here. That should reverse as well. Okay, so they should sort themselves out. We're actually going to go east today. So here's GSJ. One of the first things I want to do is St Thomas here. I'm really tempted to make this into a through station as well as a terminus. To have like some terminus platforms in the center and then have through platforms either side. Maybe. And have it extend and then join up over here at GSJ. I like that idea. It might not happen today. It probably won't happen today actually. Because what I really want to do today is expand this main line out to the east. So we're going to go use our favourite planning track tool. And I kind of like the idea of this being on a raised embankment for the majority of this journey. Perhaps not the whole journey. That'll probably be a little too disruptive. But maybe up as far as here. Let's get rid of this hotel. We're going to have to get rid of some stuff here to clear a route over the road anyway. So, up to here. I like that idea. And then, maybe just going over the river. And then, on the other side of this river, it'll drop down. Like so. So, here is going to be... yeah, 70 mile an hour max. On both of these, and then in the center 130. Like so. So this is going to be our big main sort of diesel route. I don't think a lot of this line is going to be electrified. In the past the line out of GSJ itself wasn't electrified, but from Dartbourne up to Fenninghead Cross, it was all electrified. This time round, I don't think I'm going to do that. I want some lines to remain in the Stone Ages, as it were. I mean, there's a lot you could say about diesels these days that are very modern, especially diesel electrics. There's a lot of new modern diesel electric locomotives and indeed trains being built around the world. I always think of diesels as being old-fashioned. Obviously not as old-fashioned as steam, but still fairly old-fashioned. But it is a matter of opinion. I've never really been a diesel enthusiast myself. I can understand why people might be, but it's never really been something that I've subscribed to. But as they say, each to their own. It has its pros, it has its cons. That's all you can really say about it, to be honest. Right. I wish that you could rename. I mean, I can make it public, like that, but I don't think you can rename it. Which is annoying. Yeah. I'm just going to have to remember which is which. So this main line is going to go through Aberfingway-on-Sea, but it's actually going to go via, probably actually via Planingbury and sort of around the hill. I don't want to do a series of long tunnels like I've done in the past. I would much rather do, actually, just that alone, as no long tunnels. So we're going to go round the hills rather than through them, which means that we are going to end up sort of running along shelves along hillsides. So it would make more sense. In fact, even now I'm getting it wrong. Trying to follow my own rules is always very difficult. So there's like a gap that runs through here, so we're going to try and follow this as much as possible. And if there isn't a gap for us to run through, then we kind of have to make our own, unfortunately. But the plan is to run via some of these bigger towns. Obviously we're going to skirt around the lake here. Let's go via Letfield because it's on the lower shelf. And then from Letfield we're going to have to make a sharp turn to the south. Like so. We're not going to go via Kindhead, but we're going to use this here as an opportunity to pass under this hill. I think tunnels there will probably be best. Via Puntbourne. And then from Puntbourne, I kind of like the idea of running up through this little valley, but I think Gunley is a little too high in elevation for us. So Lendworth Falls will be the next logical place to stop, and then it will be a continuous run following the hills here. Where's the next town? Over this way. Laningway-on-Sea, which is nowhere near the sea, and then Reffingberg, and then up this way down to Flarning Hall. Some of these towns will be linked by little commuter belts rather than have stations there. We're then going to follow the terrain round to Runfingfield, and then we'll probably have a station in this little gap here as well. And at some point, maybe here actually, I kind of want the line to split in two. So we'll have one line that goes this way and will go properly east. Let's just check the terrain here. I think we can get away with going up and through this way. Again, if I have to lower some land down, I will. In fact, this way is probably the smarter option, and then follow the water. Like this, and then start heading north again via these towns. I like this. Then we're going to have to keep following, whoops, the river. Or the lake, I should say. And then we'll go around this way. And then a race east again. At this point I think we'll cross the water at the narrowest point, which will be about here, and then it will be following this round, and we'll just keep going east, basically. So that's one route. The other route from here will continue heading south to start with, curving around the edge of the lake here. I think we can go up and over this section via Radeon. And we're going to have to start heading west again a little bit, just to follow the terrain. And there will be various points along this route where we could join up with other lines that have come out of Gardcity. So at this point we'll be starting to link up with some of the DC lines maybe that have come out of GSM-A or GST or I don't know really, any of the other stations. Simple as that really. And by the way, talking about naming suggestions at the start of this episode, some of these towns, like the one that was on sea, they need to be renamed, obviously, because something on sea, when it's in the middle of the countryside, will not do. So town suggestions will be muchly appreciated as well. If muchly appreciated is even a term. Now you see, I'm starting to put some of these stations a little closer together. I think this one's going to stop here for now. So this is the big project. This is like the Great Eastern Main Line. It's quite windy. It's going to be perfect for HSTs. Maybe not so much for other high-speed trains, but this is diesel, so maybe Voyagers. If we can get Voyagers running down here, who knows? I wouldn't have thought so. And it's going to be 4-track up until that split, and then from that split, I would say one of the tracks is going to be 2-track, and the other one's going to be maybe 4. But I wouldn't like predict now which is going to be which. Alright, I'm being a little destructive here. I'm going for the old Victorian navvy style of, if it's in your way, blast it until it's no longer in your way, just to get these tracks through. As I say, we're going to be using the HSTs for most of this route, at least for the express parts of this route. For the local services, or the more stopping services, I don't actually know. One of the things I wasn't happy with the last map was the number of diesel trains that we had available. I think in terms of the UK train sets, we had a lot of choice when it came to diesels, but not so much in the high speed area of that, or the faster, more express services in that area. But with electric, we had some really good electric trains, like the 225, you know, the Class 91, and a couple of others like that. Plus we could always use the HSTs or the Challengers, or maybe the Voyagers, whatever it might be on those faster routes. When it came to slow electric trains, we didn't really have anything there. So it really felt like the GRFs were missing certain aspects of them, which is a little bit disappointing. But I mean, a lot of these ones have been updated now. There are continuous updates, which is fantastic, I would say. The fact this is a free game, everything that I've got with this game I got for free, and I always feel like if it's a free game, less complaints should be made about things perhaps being missing. If I've paid good money for a game and things aren't working, then I feel I have more of a right to say something. But when it's a free game, and you know, no one's getting paid for making it, it's all done pretty much on a voluntary basis, I find it very, very hard to criticize. And hopefully you guys feel the same way. It's not exactly fair when someone puts a lot of their unpaid time into creating something, just to receive loads of criticism over it. I can imagine that gets very annoying. So yeah, I think the GRF was missing something, but I still think it was a pretty good effort. It's a very good GRF. And now with the updates, so the Mark 1 carriages that we've been using a lot in recent episodes, they're all new. I've never seen them before in GRFs, so that's awesome. I'm really happy about that. There's loads of really cool new stuff. I've got some lorries in now, got some new road vehicles, so I'm really happy about that. So yeah, overall we've got better options available to us now, which just makes the game more fun to play again. That's the other good thing about these free-to-play games, is when people add stuff to them like they have done with this, it almost creates a new game. Like the original Transport Tycoon, I used to spend hours playing that game. I loved it so much. With this game, it feels like, it doesn't even feel like an open source version. It feels like a spiritual successor almost. Like it's a completely new game that picks up from where that one left off. So yeah, they've done a really good job with it. That's what I'm trying to say. Really long roundabout way of me saying I like this game. It's a lot of fun to play. Right, got a little bit of a hill climb here. Nothing that our trains can't handle, I hope. It's a little bit of a double climb, just to get onto this top shelf bit here to navigate this this valley a bit easier. There we go. Something else I do like, I don't dislike the old map. As you know, I'm a big fan of the old map. I did create it after all, but I did think there were too many long tunnels, like 100 tiles plus, and by the end of it, it really just felt like we were just tunneling under everything. So with this one, I'm going to try and keep it above ground a lot more, which I'm sure you guys will prefer as well. It adds to the realism when you've actually got, and there's me talking about realism whilst I'm lifting up a huge amount of land. It adds to the realism when you've got obstacles that you have to sort of build around rather than just bulldoze your way through. So yeah, I'm doing a lot of terraforming and a lot of land changing, but the majority of the time I'm going to try and work with the money that we've actually got left over. So that does mean having to go around things rather than through them, which is the longer route, but it's the cheaper route. And overall, that's what makes the difference. Now, I'm leaving gaps. Actually, that's not a smart place for it either. I am leaving gaps at some of these industries, because these are industries that I plan on using. So it'll be a lot handier when the time comes to use them if, you know, there was already a gap, so that the main line isn't getting in the way of it all. Darn. You have to cut this back by 1 again. These are expensive mistakes. I have given myself financial boosts in the past in these videos, mostly to keep the series going, so it's not just me sat here waiting for the money to roll in. At this moment in time, I don't actually know if our company is profitable or not, which is going to be interesting to find out. It's not really. Other seems to be our big cost. I'm not sure where that other is originating from, where the money's going. So that could be a bit of a worry. I've also just noticed that I haven't actually linked this part up. There's me moving forward, but I haven't actually finished this bit yet. So there would of course be a station here at Wenningbury. And I'm just thinking, let's get rid of the trees for a second. It'll probably make more sense to bridge this rather than yeah, I think it would be easier to bridge the whole of the river. Gives me an opportunity to sort of straighten it out a bit more as well. bit like that maybe. We'll flatten this down a bit more. Okay. So that's going to go up to there. That's going to go, whoops, like that and like that. And then there's going to be a straightaway at the bottom of the bridge here. We're going to have to try and navigate our way around here as well. I don't like getting rid of these rivers. I'm actually going to be... I mean, I said this last episode, but I'm going to be working more with rivers in this map. So I would like to keep more of them available if possible. However, sometimes it will be a case of demolish the river, or bulldoze the river, whatever the right word would be. Build the track, or the road, or the airport, whatever it might be that needs to be built. And then sort of build the river back around it, almost like diverting a river, which does happen a lot. If anyone is aware of Fleet Street in London, the fleet in which Fleet Street gets its name is actually an underground river that runs underneath the street. It used to be an above ground river. When they built that section of the City of London, they redirected the river underground. And I think it comes out into the Thames. I'm trying to remember where. Just before the Lee, I believe, and the Lee comes out into the Thames around about where the O2 Arena is. So it's somewhere down that end of London is where the River Fleet re-emerges from underground. But yeah, always learning, or at least hopefully always learning. Anyway. So yeah, I'm going to try and keep that realism as well. Redirecting rivers is something we're going to have to do. The only one that I'm probably going to delete and not rebuild is the antennas, the random antennas that you find around the map. Reason being, they're just in the way. They don't do anything. They don't add anything to the game. It's not like a river where you can run a boat down it. These antennas are just in the way. So we won't be rebuilding those. We'll just be bulldozing them and forgetting about them, pretty much. I'm just looking at this interesting section as well. Again, we could just straighten the river up like that and just have the tracks hop over the river. Or actually, if we build them up to this level here, then the train can just go over the bridge and then carry on the higher level. How far away are we from Big Station? Wow. Quite a long way still. I'd like to get that far, if I'm honest. I would quite like to get that far. Now, Letfield Station is going to have to be built a little bit out of town because of the way that we've done this this raised section here. So we're going to have to do a little bit of meandering here, and the station's going to be built alongside the river here. There's a bit of a chicane going on here as well, which, I mean, there's nothing wrong with that. The station will go in this gap. Might do a little bit of terraforming here just to get that all down to a uniform level. And then at this point here, the track will rise up. Right, we'll do a little bit more flattening here. I'm never good at using a diagonal tool on this game. That's one thing. I'm always putting it in the wrong spot. We do have to do a bit of land cutting here though to get through this particularly big hill. I said I'd rather use cuttings than tunnels, because at least with cuttings you can still see your trains. There we go. How's the money looking? Okay, we've spent a little bit but not too much. We are going to have to turn at this point. So let's flatten that. Oh, it's not gone well. You see what I mean? I can't do it for toffee. Right, so what's that? 1, 2, 3, 4. There we are. Right, how long's that? 27 tiles. That is the perfect length, and that gets rid of the bulk of the hill for us. Right, this is a case of joining these up. Like so. Now we're on this side of things. Let's bring the track down first to ground level again, and then we'll turn and head this way. And the plan here will be the river will be lowered here, and actually the track will just cross it on a flat bridge like so. Right, I would like to get some trains going at the end of this episode as well. So what I might do in a second, in fact I might do it now actually, is put this into a bit of a time lapse just to get to, where are we? Over here. And then once we're over here, add some stations in, add the signalling in, and then we'll get on with the rest of you know, putting trains in, getting a timetable set up and getting them running. So for now I'm going to go into the time-lapse mode, put some music over the top of it obviously, and there's not really much else to say apart from that. So enjoy the music, and I'll see you guys in just a second. Alright guys, we are back. We have finished. We've got this first train ready and waiting to go. All that's left to do really is to plan out its route. Now you might have seen when I was laying the track, I did go a little bit off plan. Partly due to, where was the bit? It was over here, wasn't it? Partly due to the fact that actually this involved going up and over some hills. So we've got a big gap between stations here. But actually, if I decide to, I can add more towns in, like one here for example, and just add an extra station in on the track. We should get away with that though. It does mean that there is bigger gaps between towns, which is something that was missing from the last map, which is always good news. Over here I've got a little bit stuck. You might have seen I started building a little bit extra and then cut it back slightly. The thing that's bothering me is we need to get a track that curves around this way. Now we could have it curve round completely and then have a station going north to south rather than east to west. But I would like to try and keep it as close to east to west as possible, because then it helps with the next bit of the journey. Instead of a sharp curve this way, it then just follows the valley that we've already got planned out. That's not exactly crucial at this stage. That comes later. What is crucial is these signals. So all of these are going to be set to deny. And then this is going to copy. Actually, yeah, hang on. That's going to copy from there. And this one is going to copy from there. They're pinned, so that's all good. I need to pin this as well. Might as well pin that too. Now this is going to be a deny to start with, but then underneath, if entry direction is from the front, from the back, then if next order is here, then allow, like so. And this one is going to be if entry direction is from the back, then if next order is, and then it's the one with the island platforms, which is quite a long way actually from where I thought it would be. Where is it? Here. Here, then allow. Okay. Something else which I wanted to do actually was add some crossovers in. So just before and just after this station is actually a good candidate for crossovers. So here there's going to be a set of crossovers. So let's see. Like that. And then here, try and get it. So I do one there, the next one can't be until there, and the next one can't be till there, so that's not going to work. So what I'm going to have to do is get rid of this signal, put it on the bridge instead. That should give me enough space now to go across, across and across, and then here like that, and I'm gonna have to do it like that, I suppose. It's a bit crude, but it works. So that's on that side of things. You might have also seen I upgraded the center tracks to be express. Again, with the diagonals it does create a couple of problems. Hopefully though that can be sort of ignored. It's a representation rather than an actuality. It's just so that the trains can hit top speed on those bits of track. Alright, again, can I fit? Oh, I can just. Okie dokie. So that's one set of crossovers. I do want another one. A little bit closer if I can help it. Somewhere over here would be nice. Maybe on this ledge. So again, we'll do that and that as path signals, and it's gonna have to be that one as well, actually, and that one and that one. So this is gonna be fun. So that's gonna go like that. That one's gonna go like. Actually, hang on. Let's do this properly, shall we? That one has to go there. That one has to go there, and that one has to go there. And then on this side of things, that one to there, that one to there, and that one to there. Perfect. Bit of a strange place, admittedly, but it will do. I don't think we need any more this side of things. There's a crossover just here anyway, so that's fine. Okay, so we got one just past us. The next one is either side of this station, which is awesome. Then the next set, I kind of like the idea of having another set just after this station. So again, that, not that one. That one and that one. That one and that one. We want it to go this way first. And then this way. Now we don't need one on this side of the station because we're pretty much going to be stopping there anyway. The only reason we've done it on the other one is so the express trains and local trains can constantly swap over both sides, because I imagine there'll be a big junction there, because I think there's a couple of industries close by. Now this might look a little redundant because of this main station here, but it actually means that the fast trains can cross over and then shoot straight through here, and then up and over the bridge and off into Gardcity. As for this train, we actually need to set up these signals as well. So you'll deny, you copy from there. Just open up all of these. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, you're all the express platforms, like so. It's annoying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so you are deny, but then if entry direction is from the back, then if next order is this stop here, and then or next order is this depot here, then allow. Okay, so that is this one here, I believe. So if I do share with that one, share with that one, share with that one, and share with that one. Okay, if I go back to this quickly and just change, so if entry direction is from the back, let's just load up all these as well. Then if next order is either this depot, or if next order is, whoops, over here, or if next order is, this is the long journey, This gives you an idea as to how extensive some of our express services might be. Then allow. Right. So all of these let's pin that one for a second. We want access to this one. We want to share it with that one. Okay. And then we want access to this one and this one. You're only going to copy from here and from here. The reason being is we're going to get rid of this order here. And actually this one you're going to share with that one. Alright, awesome. Now we can actually get on with this. So, you're going to go here first, and then you're going to go into St John, and it will know which platforms to go into. And then you're going to go to here, Brendington, and then Brendington Sheep Farm. Actually, at this point, I should be doing the double. Like this, save some time. Right, I need to do some more signal work over here in a second as well, but again we can come back to that in just a second. Same over here, we need to do something with speed limits. Just realised how dark it is in my room. I'm recording this at night. So there's no light in here at the moment, apart from my monitors. My eyes are a bit stingy, so you'll have to excuse me if I make some mistakes. Especially when it comes to things like speed limits. Which we are still going to impose, by the way. The tracks are there just to help with certain speed limits, but we do need to set them in the timetable as well. Otherwise the signals won't work how we want them to. I don't think I missed out any stations. They can be quite hard to spot sometimes, especially when you're scanning across quickly like this. Now, again, you might have noticed the stations are a little bit closer together here. That's because there's going to be some local services that operate from here as well that will then branch off the main line. So there is every chance that the stopping patterns will be a lot closer together. Right, this is obviously, whoops. Like that, and this one here is no loading. Now this is St John Train Maintenance Depot. Like so. Timetable, they're all going to be 250 except for this one, which is going to be 1750. St John, might as well have it something like, I don't know, yeah, 750. 3 times the amount, why not? Where's our other Henning Hall South? This is going to be 500, and then this St John is also going to be just 250. No, we'll keep it 500 actually. Got to keep some constants. Right. Change speed limit. Top speed of this train is going to be 50 miles an hour, which might not sound very fast, but trust me, it will be when compared to other services that are going to operate in and around Gardcity. I actually got a question saying, why do you do 15 going into the depot and 10 coming out. There's a simple reason for that, which I shall explain now. Going into the depot, the train has to vacate these platforms, and then it has to cross over and then go through this line here and then into the depot. Now there's a very good chance that there's a train waiting here to get into some of these platforms, and the train coming out towards the depot is blocking off the access. So I make the train go 5 miles an hour quicker, just so that it gets out the way that little bit faster. Once it's out the way, then this train can move in. Now moving from here to here, I don't want it to be going too fast. I want it to be a realistic speed. So actually 10 miles an hour is about what you would find in the outside areas of a train maintenance depot. I think the speed limit indoors is somewhere between 2 and 5, which is at snail's pace compared to, you think that even these express trains, that is their speed limit. It's for health and safety reasons, which makes perfect sense to me when you think about it. You want to make sure everyone is safe when they're moving in and around the depot. And I actually forgot here to add the actual depot. So, did I forget? Yeah, I did forget. So that's service. So actually those speed limits at the bottom I got wrong. So this is, no, this is still 50. So here is going to be 15, and then here's going to be 10. Now the last thing is, at the bottom and at the top here, we're going to impose a speed limit on trains entering and leaving Gardcity itself. So between here and this station here, which is Renston, there is going to be a speed limit imposed still. Now it's not going to be too strict, shall we say. I mean, 30 miles an hour again is relatively fast. Just while the trains are entering and leaving. The signals might also be placed closer together as well. I've got them 13 apart, which means there is a gap, an ample sized gap, to be able to put an extra signal in. And it's just so that the train frequency will be more manageable. They'll be running more frequently, like close together. So there'll be one leaving as one's arriving and things like that. It should make it easier to handle. Especially with the signals, it means there's less headway between trains. I'm forgetting my words here. Right, this now should be ready to go. The final thing that I need to do is put some signals at the entrance to the platforms. Start off by saying unsafe waiting position, and then put deny underneath. And then copy all the orders from here. Keep that one, close them. Just want to double check. That is definitely the right one there, and that is going to be this one here. Right, so this is out and this is back. If max speed is less than or equal to, and then the number is 50, then allow. Now this, if I get rid of these ones quickly, do share, bam. That now should work. We will find out momentarily. Last but not least, we need to add this train into a group. So let's clone it a few times first. Like so. And then we're going to go ungroup trains. We're going to drag it down into new. And that's going to create local St John. That's almost what I want it to be. So local GSJ2 HJ, I'm going to call it, and it is several carriages long. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's 10. I'm just going to put 10. And then add shared vehicles. Thanks whoever it was, by the way, that reminded me you could do that. I was kind of aware of it, but not that aware of it. Local, whoops, Gardcity origin. Right, now that means it's a local service that originates from Gardcity. So that falls under that category perfectly, because it's a local service. It's Steam. I should remember to put that. Steam, GSJ to HJ, and it's 10 cars long. So now if I start this up, she should just run. Right, whilst I'm watching that in the corner there, I'm going to come down here real quick and rename this Henninghall Junction. Like that. Alright, the train comes out the depot, runs over the river into the storage sidings. Whilst that's happening, I might start with the next one. The next one's going to be an express service. So we're going to use a proper express loco, something a bit like, pause that real quick, the Arrow maybe, or the Coronation, or the Merchant Navy. Maybe the Britannia. I'm a fan of the Britannia. We'll go for that. Alright, now carriages for this, it's going to be a lot more. So let's do brake standard open at this end, and then we'll do some standard opens like so, and then we'll do a couple of standard corridors, and then we'll do a standard open mini buffet, and then we're going to have a brake gangway in the center, and then on the other side of that we're going to have a restaurant kitchen, and then we're going to have a restaurant buffet, and then we're going to have the first class section. So it's going to be first corridor, actually let's not have first corridors. We'll have a couple of first opens, and then we'll have a first break first. Oh, maybe we should have corridors then. Yeah, actually, that makes better sense. You got assuming I'm interpreting this right. Corridor means you've got your own compartment to yourself, which is quite important on these services. So that's a 6-car long train, which should be perfect for this service. Right, one thing I want to change, that's not what I wanted at all. One thing I want to change is here, color scheme, steam engine, red and dark blue. Okay, passengers we want green, and mail we also want green. Yep, looks good. Right, now you are going to go here, obviously, and then you're going to go to St John, and then from St John you're going to go non-stop to Renston. So you do the twice, and then we want to go here. Now I'm going to select this. Yeah, from here you want to go to Renston, stop twice, and then from Renston, I think we're just going to have this as a straight. Actually, no, we do want to stop here. Stop here twice, and then we'll follow the track along and along to here, and then from here it's going to be flat out express again. So I don't think there's any other island platforms, are there? No. Down to here. Okay, this is service, this is no loading, and this one here is no loading, no unloading. Go into the timetable, set this to 250, actually no, 350. Okay, this is going to be 500. This here is going to be, just trying to think, 350 times 3 is 1050, so I might as well just do 1000. And then Henning Hall is going to be, we'll do 700, and St John here is going to be 700, and then that's going to be, yeah, that's fine. Okay. Did I set this one right? Yeah. So this here is going to be 15 coming out of there. And then from St John to Renston, it's going to be 75. And then from Renston, this is going to be, I'm going to set it again manually because I think you have to do this for the signals to work. Like so. And then back to Renston, max speed 100 miles an hour. Don't forget, this is maximum speed. This isn't actual running speed. The tracks will kick in and make it go at a lower speed if necessary. And then from Renston to St John, it's going to be 75. And then from St John to the depot, it's going to be 15. And then here, it's going to be 10. Right. Now we've got to go over here, back to Renston. If max speed is greater than, which is it that one? No, it's the other way. That one. If it's greater than 50, then allow. And in fact, I'm going to do greater than or equal to 75. And the same on this side. We're going to share. Nice and easy. And then up here, you kind of have to do the same thing. So this, start with a deny. If max speed is less than or equal to 50, then allow. Okay, this is going to copy from here, except it's going to be this way round, and this is going to be 75. Okie dokie. And then the other island platform station, which is this one here, same deal. So actually, let's grab that one and that one. Put the express ones at the bottom and put the local or the slow ones above. So that pin, this one will go under here and pin. And that's the only other yeah, it's the only other one with the island platforms, isn't it? Okay, so we come over here. So was it the local ones were on top, wasn't it? So share and share, and then you two share and share. Okay. Whoops, wrong one button. 2, 3, 4. Come back over here. Get rid of that. Ungrouped. You go there. Now this should say. It says local St John again. That's not what it is at all. This is Express. Steam. GSJ to HJ. And you are 12 carriages long, are you not? I think. And this is Express Gardcity Origin. And you go in there and add shared vehicles. Okie dokie. Start you up as well. Right, that should be that. I will just for... Whoops. What button was that? I just pressed Z, I think. I will, for the sake of allowing more trains to utilise this bridge here, so we can have 2 trains leaving the depot at any one time. Put a crossover there and like that. There we go. Right, now it's just a case of seeing how well this does. So just check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So these express trains only just fit in St John's platforms, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. Also, just notice the roundabout way it's going to have to go into the platforms here. So I might put some signals at the entrance to the platform here. So this one will be for the express trains. This one, centre one here, will be for both. And this one will just be for the local trains. That might be a smart thing to do. Because as it stands, this express train is going to have to pass behind. Well, the local train is going to go across first, obviously, but the express train is going to have to go along this way. And I don't think there's one there, so it's going to have to go this way, along here, and then back again. And then it's going to have to somehow get across into these platforms here. That's quite long for an express train, though. But you know, express trains, they've always been quite long. But I will do this. So you are unsafe waiting position. And obviously the deny. If next order ooh. Hang on a second. If train length is greater than or equal to 6, then allow. Okay, this is going to copy from there, except it's going to be less than or equal to 5. Have I got these the wrong way around? I got that the wrong way around, I think. I think that's greater than or equal to, and that's less than or equal to. And that one is just both. So we're going to do unsafe waiting position. I think that's right. The only way to tell really is to release another local and another express, just to see where they go. Now this train should not be allowed in here, so I think I've got that wrong. I think it has to be that way round. This one has to be that way round. Now if I turn you round, well, that's tooting, so that's on its way, but that might run into the middle one. Although I don't think it is. So actually I don't think I've created ample test conditions here. Ah well. At least they're working, so they're allowed to go somewhere. Let's put it that way. Well, that's gone through that one. It didn't come across. Is that because that one had already, like, taken the path? I'm forgetting my words now as well. That's not good. Right, you're loading in St John, and now you're leaving St John, as this train is heading into St John. Okay, so they're not getting in each other's way, so there must be... Yeah, there is. There's one there. Okay, that's good. And then you'll run straight across there and into the right platforms. I think you go into these two end platforms here, don't you? It's only these two here that are for the Super Express services. So that's cool. Okay, I think we've done a good job here, guys. One last thing I might do is, this will be the entrance road for express trains into this depot, and I might build a second bit so it'll come off here, across a bridge, and then it'll go into that depot there for the local trains. So if I get rid of this crossover here, is there one there as well? Yes, there was. Okay, also if I get rid of that, let's keep this train going for a little bit longer. Like that. Put across there. Signal there. Another bridge there. Now this will obviously go just into there. This will come across like that and like that, which should leave me enough room for a signal here. Although I'm not sure I want to risk it, to be honest, so I don't think I'm going to do that. Connect that up. I will connect that one to that, and I will connect that one to there as well. And what I will do is I will put a signal here, but it will be an unsafe waiting position one. So actually this is going to share with this one, and this signal is going to share with, just move it back a bit, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, oh no, it is in the right place. Okay, and you are going to share with that one. Okie dokie. Right, that should do it for today then, guys. A lot done. A lot done. Nice little time lapse. Got some more trains running. It's all very exciting. We're actually starting to get a proper city developing now, which is fantastic. We're getting people from outside the city coming in too, which is going to be awesome. Linking up new towns and cities. St John don't like me very much. That's probably because I built this whopping great big station, as well as did loads of terraforming, and haven't actually brought many passengers in or haven't got rid of the passengers that were waiting. That's one of the other problems. But we have got the metro, which should be taking care of some of this. Yeah, the metro is carrying mail as well at the moment. It might do for quite some time still. Anyway, yes, that will do it for today, guys. So don't forget to also to add some name suggestions. I need more bus stops suggestions, I need some railway station suggestions, and I need some town suggestions as well. They're the three main criteria for the next episode, which is going to be on Wednesday. I'm saying that now, hopefully that will remain the case. I'm going to try and get an episode up 3 times a week for the next couple of weeks, and then once my schedule really clears up, pretty much there's going to be a video every day again. But that might be a little way off still. But there will be an episode on Wednesday, so for Tuesday I will say, if you could get those suggestions in, that would be great. But until then, guys, thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to leave a like if you enjoyed the video, and of course if you're enjoying the series. Drop some comments down below with ideas for future episodes. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to hit the subscribe button. If you have already subscribed to the channel, thank you guys for your continued support. And until next time, I will see you soon.